UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. Welcome to another UFO update. Our lead story today, ex-French intelligence chief, UFOs could be from other dimensions. Where have we heard this before? I'll get into that and so much more, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor, BioTrust. Did you know that the aging process starts as early as the age of 25? After that, you start to lose about 1% of your collagen supply every year. By the time you're 45, you'll have lost 30% of your naturally produced collagen. Folks, I'm not making this stuff up. This is scientific stuff. I mean, as we get older, that's why we take supplements, and this is why I take collagen. Try this at-home test to see if you've had enough collagen. Okay, pinch your skin. If it bounces back immediately, then you've got enough collagen. If it doesn't bounce back or fold back immediately, you might need a collagen supplement. There's a lot of collagen supplements that don't work. Make sure the one you pick has hydrolyzed collagen or collagen peptides. This ensures it will be absorbed by your body. Multi-collagen helps rejuvenate your body from the inside out. With 5 supercharged types of collagen your body needs for optimal health. That's why thousands of Americans trust and use it every day. Your health is your wealth, after all. Taste, inspect, and judge multi-collagen risk-free for yourself. If it doesn't live up to your expectations, you have a full 60 days to get a complete refund. No questions asked. Go to healthwithla.com. That's healthwithla.com. 60-day money-back guarantee. Folks, 5 key types of collagen you need from 4 different sources. And I got to tell you, I take it. I'm glad I take it. The aging process is what it is. And as we get older, we need supplements. You know what, folks? Give it a try. Go to healthwithla.com. That's healthwithla.com. Order it. And remember, you've got to take it at least 30 days before you see any type of result. Take it for at least 30 days, and maybe by day 40, you might start to see some improvement. Once again, that's healthwithla.com, healthwithla.com. This is our weekly UFO update. I am your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. Here's the lead story, and I want to thank Mark Cohn for showing me this. Ex-French intelligence chief, UFOs could be from other dimensions. Alain Juliet, former director of the French Republic's Foreign Intelligence Service, is one of the first people in authority to speak openly about the UFO phenomenon and the possibility of extraterrestrial life. So there he is. That's what he looks like. And of course, he's talking about this film, and they're recognizing the subject's otherness without making any firm conclusions regarding its nature. We have very firm conclusions here that stem from our belief in the guidebook of a supernatural, i.e. the Bible. Moving right along, there is a term which recurs more and more often among specialists in the UFO subject. It is the idea of non-human intelligence. This term is interesting because it does not reject the extraterrestrial hypothesis, but it does include other theories as to the nature of the phenomenon. So what does that mean? That means that they can be looking at interdimensional entities. In other words, entities coming in from another dimension. And that's what I firmly believe the phenomena is rooted in. These are not extraterrestrials from some faraway distant planet. They are, in fact, denizens from the second heaven. That is another dimension. So this is why, going right back to the headline, this is what I think is going on here. The phenomena has become palpable. I have a chance to be able to film a meeting of the members of Sigma 2 Commission, which studies UFOs in a rigorous and scientific manner, or to meet Senator Harry Reid at the origin of the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, or ATIP, research program on UFOs in the Department of American Defense. All these interviews confirm my intuitions. There is also a current ufology, which studies the links between consciousness and the UFO phenomena. And that this is the point that we tackle in the film. For more and more researchers, in the case of close encounters, the phenomenon seems to interact with the consciousness of the witnesses. This is also what certain fighter pilots of the U.S. Navy who have observed these phenomena have related. These objects seem to anticipate the reactions of the pilot, as if they were able to read their minds. Here's something from the interview. I am originally an intelligence man, and when we see things that are inexplicable today, we know that we can explain them tomorrow. That is true to a point. How do you explain someone walking on water? You can't. How can you explain someone rising from the dead? We can't. How can you explain someone who was born blind and Jesus heals him and the eyes grow back? You can't, because Jesus is manipulating space, time, matter, and energy. That is beyond our understanding. So at the present time, we cannot understand how people go flying through the walls when they are abducted. In the particular field of UFOs, not to mention the people who are seeing flying saucer landing in a field, there are fighter pilots, astronauts, people who are anything but funny and report very precise observations. So this is, in my opinion, with all due respect, and I'm going to skip down to the next slide here. Basically, this is ufology 101. They're admitting that something is going on, but they're not really, this particular individual is not saying what he really thinks, or he's not pinning a tail on the UFO, as it were. He's going, well, we're not sure. We need more scientific study. So let's continue. I don't think secrecy is really useful unless we discover disturbing things. Well, what about cattle mutilations and human mutilations? There is a definite connection. Now, we've talked about this here on the show before. Humans are being taken, they are being abducted, and some of them are mutilated in the same way the cattle are mutilated. Granted, it's rare, but we've had reports of that. We've had photographs of that, very grisly. Most of them are scrubbed from the internet now, but they're still there, and we talked about that. So moving right along, there is obviously the possibility that gurus will take up the question and say anything. You shouldn't over-promote all of us, but try to stay scientific and say to yourself, there is something that is indisputable. Okay, and if the UFO phenomenon does become widely accepted, this is what I love about this. This is the punchline. Julian said he thinks that people will adapt very well. Folks, this is the coming great deception. This is what I've been warning about literally for decades. It is the coming great deception. And this is what they'll say. We have confirmation that the UFOs come from a world parallel to ours, and everyone will say, well, there is a parallel world. So what? Everyone will accept it as a trivial phenomenon. This is all set up, in my opinion, to the coming great deception. Just like films like this with Abby Hornacek talking about alien abductions. Our new film deals with alien abductions, and it's visceral. And we handed it off yesterday to Doug Diamond, so at Diamond Audio. He does a great job on all of our films. So by the way, what's interesting here is he'll probably have that done tomorrow. Mark Carter's working on the cover. It's going to be, we'll have it ready by Thanksgiving. So we've been working feverishly, Gil Zimmerman and I, working feverishly on this, literally 7 days a week to try to get this out before Thanksgiving. We will do that. There will be a pre-sale. Here's a clip that Gil did. Check this out. And the title of the film is, drum roll, The Coming UFO Invasion, Exposing the Dragon's Dark Secrets. We expose the dragon's dark secrets in this film. As I've been saying pretty much every day, this may be the most important film I've ever been involved in. And I want to thank my new partner, Gil Zimmerman, who worked at Disney for 30 years. He's come alongside of me, and I think it's going to elevate the quality of our films. They're still incredibly low budget, gun and run, as Gil likes to call it. Richard Shaw used to call it guerrilla filmmaking, because that's really what it is. We work on a shoestring budget, but I think we deliver the facts. This film will blow you away. Peggy insisted that we put a disclaimer. My wife, Peggy, insisted that we put a disclaimer in the beginning of the film, viewer discretion advised. This is not hyperbole. This subject is very visceral. It deals with something that's certainly not for a 12-year-old, okay? Let's be sensible about this. I would say 18 and over, unless you've got some really mature 16-year-old. Remember this, for this cause, God sends them a strong delusion that they should believe the lie. And that's where we're headed. Absolutely, that's where we're headed. All three films are out UFO 1 and 2, and of course number 3, which we've just released. You can go to streaming.lamarzulli.net and download that. 4, we will do a pre-sale. It will be coming out. You'll want to tell a friend. We're also bundling all 4 UFO films together. That can be like a Christmas package. We hope that you'd patronize us here. We've got over almost 170,000 subscribers, and I want this to go viral. It needs to go viral. And check out the trailer. John Adam will show it in just a second. Thanks so much for watching our weekly UFO update. And I want to thank the folks over at anamaalien.com, and it's a great site, and that's where I pulled this article from. Once again, hats off to Mark Kahn. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with questions for LA. If you have a question, shoot me an email, questions@lamarzulli.net, questions@lamarzulli.net. All we need is one email. The queue is always getting longer. We will get to it. And I try to do about 10 to 15 questions during that episode. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you tomorrow. Something very dark and disturbing is happening. It is a global phenomenon that knows no boundaries. It adheres to no cultural mores. And the ones who are engaged in this nefarious activity are beyond reproach. People are being taken against their will. In the cover of darkness, in the dead of night, they are subjected to bizarre examinations that are often sexual in nature. These people are terrified, violated, confused, and with no place to turn to, as who would believe them? This is their story.
No heartbeat. Ultrasound, no baby. DNC, no fetal tissue. There's nothing. It was clean. He's like, ma'am, are you sure you were pregnant? I'm like, this is my doctor. You can call her. I was pregnant. He's like, you didn't bleed all night. You don't have, nothing came. I'm like, no, nothing came out of me.